How's it going, guys? Coffee here. Today I wanted to go over the Atlas strategy that I've been using that I feel is very profitable, and it has been a decent amount of fun as well. And that is running with Delirium, Expedition, Strong Boxes, and Shrines. Pretty much the crux of what we are running with the strategy is we are running the Delirium Scarabs with Delirium Scarab of Neuroses, and this is basically we're trying to force the Delirium bosses in order to guarantee the bosses for chances at getting the Insane Cat Divination card. The other thing we have done is we are also moving over the cards from Resonance Map over to Dunes. That's because the cards at Resonance Map, it does drop the Fire of Unknown Origin, which is the Nimbus div card, which right now, as of filming this, it's like sitting at around 20 divine, something like that, I think. Fire of Unknown Origin. Let's go ahead and look this up here. Yeah, so 23 divines, probably 24 even, 25. So with the price of this card, Nimbus, given it being a boss drop, is not going to be as rare as Mageblood. So the thought on this, whether it's true or not, is that the card itself is going to be more common than an apothecary card. It should be more than twice as common as an apothecary card, with it being at half the price. And given that Nimbus is normally around 30 divines, I'd expect it to be even more common. So that's kind of what we're going for. I've been haven't been able to play this game quite as much this league as normal. So again, I don't have very long tests as other people have done. I think I just finished 500 maps like yesterday, or 500 map bosses yesterday. You can see for Arduous Atlas, I don't even have 4,000 explicit modifiers, and I'm like balling every map still right now. So that kind of gives you a frame of reference for how many maps I've actually done. But either way, you can kind of look at this, and we'll kind of look at where the money is coming from. Cartography Scarab of Escalation is definitely dealing with map sustain, so we are over sustaining Dunes, which is really, really helpful. And then we're, over sustaining. We have 340 red maps here, or T16s that we're sitting on. So we have a ton of maps. We're getting a ton of maps. So when I do actually get my mappers up and running, I will have a lot of maps for them to run. But all in all, mainly the thing that we're going for here, we still have our points in map drops here. And then we have a couple points in Scarabs. We are pushing the Delirium tree here just to give us some extra Delirium fog time. We pick up the Strong Boxes and the Shrines. We have a couple points in Nico as well. We do have Big Bomb Expedition here. And then we are pushing for more Ambush Scarabs just because those are the most valuable right now. And then we have the standard points here for Strong Boxes. Alternatively, if you don't want to run this with Strong Boxes, I was running this with Alva instead of Strong Boxes, which is probably even more profitable than the Strong Boxes, to be honest. It does increase the amount of time you have to spend per map, but it does mean that you are completing Alva temples at a pretty fast rate. You can see these with Apex of Ascension are still around 65C. With Locus of Corruption, they're like 100C, which you're getting them and you're completing them every 3 maps, which is really nice. It does also boost the rewards that you are getting for your Deliriums. So when you are running the Alva Scarab here, instead of the Delirium Scarab of Paranoia, you are getting, quite a bit of extra rewards on your Deliriums as well, because you're able to push them to higher tiers because of Alva. So if you don't want to run Strong Boxes and you want to run Alva, you can basically swap out the Strong Box points in this and move them into the Alva nodes, picking up everything, including the Cursed Treasures and the Vol Flesh Merchant. Those are going to be very profitable. I think when I was doing the Vol Flesh Merchant stuff, I did end up getting like a drop of 4 divines just from the Flesh Merchant itself. So it's very nice, very profitable. It's always going to make you money because the Scarabs that we are running here are like 1 or 2 C a piece. These are very, very cheap Scarabs here. Everything other than, I believe, the Cartography Scarab of Escalation is maybe 5 or 4 to 5 divines each in bulk. I've just been buying things off of the currency exchange just because I'm being lazy. So you can do that. But let's go ahead and showcase kind of what this looks like here. Let me actually get a map up and running, and then you can kind of see what this kind of stuff looks like, and then you guys can kind of decide if you want to run this for yourself. Let's see, make sure this is not... make sure we're not running this with no region or something. So I am running this with Domination as well on the map thing, just because the extra shrines are always good at helping you kill stuff. I am running this with an item rarity support, and I'm running Biscos for extra rarity. I'm running a gold flask, and then of course the rarity flask mod as well. And then so let's go ahead and get into it here. We go ahead and start the delirium right away, and then pretty much I'm just kind of pushing over to try to get to where I can find a shrine right away. We're basically looking for an acceleration shrine, or the one that gives you 2 casts every time you cast something. So we just kind of cut straight across every single time. We don't really need to full it. Like, we can kill the bosses without the shrines. It's not necessary, but it obviously makes things a little bit easier as you start to get further into the delirium. I'm also running this with the opening chests when you cast a spell mod right now. It's really nice. So you can see, obviously, once you get acceleration shrine, then things start to just go crazy. With this strategy, you can actually get multiple bosses. So you can, just because I already got Kosis and Omni now, I can actually get them again as well. And then the filter I'm using here, as you can see, is has the gold shown brighter as well, just so I can kind of see where there's big stacks of gold. And then we can go ahead and do that. With Big Bomb Expedition, luckily with this, I can't even run lightning damage, which is nice. So we can run these here, with all the extra stuff, the extra damage from the Inspired Learning and things like that. It does allow us to basically push through, even with Archmage being basically pure lightning damage still. We are able to get through this. We're just going to go ahead and do the boss first here. The delirium is probably going to fall off while we are doing the trying to get the Verisium there, but it should be good either way. So you do sometimes need to check every little nook and cranny here in the boss, in the back by the boss, for to see if you are going to be able to get your thing off of it. So keep that in mind if you didn't find your second boss already, that sometimes you have to wait, and it might take you a second to get it. So you can see I'm a little tanky here, so able to get this fully spawned still. It just takes a second, but this is a build that I do definitely prefer this over the Trickster build on the Locust Mines. You do definitely get better. You do get to take more advantage of the shrine buffs out of this one, so it's been nice for that. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what this nameless here is, and then we'll see what we got here. So for the rewards itself, you are, of course, getting your Simulacrum Sprinters and other things as well. My filter's hiding most of the other stuff, but with standard shrines and everything, it's always still going to be good money. Make sure you don't accidentally re-scry. I accidentally did that already. I rolled over my Apothecary cards and I had to go scry again. So looks like he didn't give me anything useful this time. But yeah, either way, you see him quite a bit. Oh, I guess Orsees is going to be worth quite a bit of money now, with them being at 50% with max quant here, right? Corpse Walkers aren't worth anything because DD is dead, but hey, we'll take the Seer. Again, if you already have cards scried to here, don't accidentally click the scry and do what I did and roll over your cards, because that kind of sucks. So looks like I missed a corner of mobs over here, but so I typically will just do like a second sweep here. If I'm seeing that we're over 50 mobs still, just to pick up any big stacks of gold, since I'm seeing them from quite a bit away. So you obviously don't have to do that. If you're min-maxing maps, you just leave and you go to the next one and you don't bother trying to roll back on anything. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and other than that, see you in the next one.